Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here at FSU. God, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, I'm a student here, and like she said, my name's Nathen, which means translates in Hebrew as a gift from God, or so I thought for a long time. It turns out Nathaniel is actually a gift from God. So I guess that makes me, just Nathen, $10 gift card for Walgreens from Joseph Smith. It's probably expired too. And the reason I came here to FSU, the thing I wanted to major in, I wanted to be a UFOologist. You know, study, because you can study UFOs. It's actually a real thing that people do. Like the History Channel, which I call the Alien Channel. So I came here to study ufology, and I was thinking, what kind of classes would I be able to take for that? You know, not knowing what it is, 101. Are you sure it's not an airplane? 203. How to tell when it's just swamp gas? 303. And then, you know, for my final exam, it'd just be one question. What was it? I don't know. Pass. Doom. So now I'm an unidentified flying objectologist. I can say more than anybody else what something, a lot of things about something I can't tell what it is as long as it's in the sky. So yeah, it was my original, they don't have that here. My original goal was to be a ufologist. That's to get it, and double major in demonology, or not demonology, unicornology, and then maybe minor in leprechaunology. But they didn't have any of those courses here, so I settled for a religion major. Speaking of religion, oh fuck. That's never been done before by a comedian ever, talking about religion ever. No, it's never fun. I think God's kind of a dick. Hold on. That's because, think about it, God wrote the best-selling book of all time, and yet he still begs me for money every single Sunday. Unbelievable. And a lot of people say, you know, you should, it doesn't matter if you believe in God, he believes in you. To which I respond, well, he better, because I actually fucking exist. I actually was born in a Christian environment. I can't tell, I've been having some troubles with my faith recently. But, so the other day I was praying to God. Well, actually I was masturbating, but let's say I was praying to God. Okay? I was praying, and I asked him if he existed. And he said no. I'm not sure what to make of that, but I guess I'll try praying harder later, but if he was telling the truth, I guess it wouldn't really make much difference. No, a lot of people ask me why I want to be a comedian. Well, they don't know me as a shit, but I mean, if I had people that cared about me at all, they'd ask, Nathen, why do you want to be a comedian? And I'd say, well, it's because I've been told I'm funny as fuck. Now, I didn't know about you, but I didn't know fuck was that funny. Apparently fuck is the shit. So I'm funny as the shit. I got all my stuff memorized. I'm just like reading a story here. I'm prepared as hell for this. I mean, fuck you, I'm not paid for this anyway. Uh-oh. So the other day I was at a party. Well, actually I was in my room masturbating again, but for the sake of the joke, let's say I was at a party. So I was at a party, and and I met this really interesting guy. He said to me, actually no, I eventually asked him, you know, what's your name? He said, does the name Pavlov ring a bell? I was really expecting to cross that one off. That was brilliant. You're all smart. I love you. You know, wait, I have these movies. I should have these movies. You know, Sandy is a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want want to live there. Because then the alien goat wizard would eat my penis. He's always watching. I like my coffee how I like my women. Strong, black, and full of semen. Just kidding, of course, I don't like black women. And I prefer semen in tea, thank you very much, not coffee. Recently learned that going through college, I've learned how not to become angry with people. It's something you gotta really learn. It's patience, and build patience. And the reason for that is because I've learned how to look at things through other people's perspective, other people's points of view. And if you do this with enough people, you'll realize that nobody's actually wrong. Nobody actually thinks they're wrong. And now you might think there's something wrong with viewing other people like this, being able to justify that. But if you look at it from a certain viewpoint, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Subjectivism, it's a hell of a thing. Or maybe it's not, depends on your perspective, I guess. She got it. That's cool. My dad taught me a lot of valuable things, like how to start a fire. He just, take 2 sticks, throw them together, throw some gasoline on there, boom, fucking light right up. We didn't need wood. Threesomes are like the dream of many guys, but I bet that there's actually probably not that desirable because it must be like really complicated. There's like, now you make one little mistake and now you got 2 women bitching at you, talking about how small your penis is and how the other day because they felt sorry for him because you paid him money and how I need to move out of my mom's house and get a fucking job. See if I can not look at the notes. If I turn away, I can't see them. So I got some masturbation jokes. I'll just give you 2 of them rapid fire, no pun intended. Realize that masturbating is all like eating at McDonald's. It's really, you feel guilty at first, like, God, you're doing this again. But then during it, it's actually kind of enjoyable and satisfying. But in the end, you feel disgusting and ashamed, and someone calls the cops, and everyone's staring at you. What was I comparing this to again? Your life is sad when you wake up from an orgasm because you were having a dream about masturbating. Not even your subconscious when you get laid. This isn't from personal experience or anything. I get laid. I have real sex all the time in my dreams. Anyway, so I actually, along with being a comedian, writer, and all that stuff, I actually want to be also like an aspiring actor. That's not the joke. There's these techniques online because one of the hardest things for an actor to do is to cry. At least for me, anyway. I find it very difficult. I was looking up some tips online. One of them was like, you got to think of something really sad that made you cry, and try to relive that experience. But my life's fucking stupendous, so that didn't work. The second tip was, if you don't have something, think of it. Think of something that might happen to make you cry. We'll get to that later. But the third one is my favorite because it just says, you got to feel the character, feel the scene, feel like what that character is feeling. And then the tears will just come. So in other words, well, if you're a good enough actor, you'll just be able to just do it, faggot. How long until that gets out? But the one I went with was you got to think of something that would make me cry. So I actually managed to think of what if I had to give a usually for eulogy for my mom dying, or if I accidentally like got into a drunk driving accident and killed somebody, I'd give a testimony. And actually, after a while, I was able to make myself cry. You know what I realized? I'm fucking disgusting. Because here I am, and there are other people out there in the world, kids freaking starving in Africa, people dying of AIDS and things. And here I am, receiving education at FSU, full meal on my stomach, crying about shit that hasn't fucking happened. I'll cut that short. So, I was with my mom and sister once, and we were... my sister has these little fish, little pissant little shit fish, and they actually get pregnant. I didn't know fish got pregnant, but this one got pregnant a lot, and we didn't know why. Apparently it had I don't know. The point is, I didn't know that it could actually release babies that way, because I thought that, well, what's supposed to happen is that you just get eggs, and the male fish just jizzes all over the eggs. And that confused me, because I'm saying all this out loud, by the way, too. One more minute. Okay. I'm almost over anyway. I'm doing fine. Yeah, so I thought they just jizzed all over the eggs. And so this gave me an image in my head, how does that work? How do fish jizz on eggs like that? Because imagine you're in the ocean, and you just masturbate. I don't know why you're masturbating in the ocean, but don't try that, by the way. Maybe a jizz shark or something that just passes by and just fucking eats you or something. Don't do it. It gets in your hair and your face and everything. Don't try it. So fish jizz. That's what it was. Fish. And so my mother suggested, because she without batting an eye, she's used to this shit by now. Without batting an eye, she says, well, maybe it's a concentrated stream. So this gave rise to the term concentrated fish jizz. So I don't know what you think when you think concentrated fish jizz. You think a little orange juice carton. It's just, concentrated fish jizz, now with more protein. Or, I think just a candy. Huh? Okay. Where was I going with that?